Hi, my name is Lacey Grimm. I'm really thrilled to be with you and to be sharing some of my favorite things in the whole wide world with you. I'm sitting in my kitchen dining room area in my home, which is also where I work. So I work from home, and the majority of what I do happens in the same living space that we live in all the time. And there's some tricks that I wanted to share with you that are really useful when it comes to working and the things that go along with that, and how to improve your space to make it better, and so that you can feel better and do better and really just make the most of whatever space you're working in, both with your mood and your focus and your wellness and all of those things and how they fit together. I have some really good tips and tricks to make it really easy, and it's all about connecting back to some natural tools that maybe you already are using, maybe you've wanted to learn how to use, and I'm going to keep it really simple and try to help you step through the door of natural medicine in a really, really effective way that helps you and is useful for you. I really appreciate this opportunity to share with you, and I hope that you're excited about learning these new tools. All right, so I'm going to start with just telling you exactly how I use the oils. And then I'll move into what oils I use on a regular basis that might be really helpful for you. And then from there, I'll just shift into answering some of the top questions that I get when it comes to using oils. So the first thing is we use oils in 3 ways. We use them aromatically, which just means smelling them. So you could open a bottle of essential oil, smell it, and you're already reaping the benefits that it has to offer. And you also can do things like make room sprays, which can be really simple. You get a spray bottle, maybe 2 ounces or 4 ounces, put some drops of essential oil in of your choice, and then spray that around the room. And this is a really powerful way to improve the air quality and kind of shift the mood of a room really effectively and simply. The other thing that we do is we use diffusers, and diffusers are an amazing tool, and they kind of provide a sustained release of aromas in any given space. And this is something I can't imagine trying to work without cleaning the air around me at the same time, because bad smells really trigger bad emotions. They can actually distract you even though you don't realize it, and kind of using and manipulating the smell and the quality of the smells in the room that you're in can have a powerful effect on your ability to focus and just be in a good and kind of motivated space. So we love using a diffuser, and it's a really powerful tool that we use not just for our work but also for our children when they're doing schoolwork and that kind of thing. So aromatically, that's the first way. The second way is topically. And now we use oils a lot topically, specifically for the medicinal qualities they have to offer, but also for stress relief, mood management, and those kinds of things, and focus as well. And I'll show you how to do that very specifically when I go through some of the oils that I recommend using. But using the oils topically is a really powerful way to get them into your bloodstream. The oils are tiny, tiny molecules, and they go through our skin pretty quickly and have a powerful effect on not just our mood and how we're feeling emotionally, but also on our actual physiology. So if you have a stomach ache or a headache or something like that, using oil topically can be really, really powerful. Thirdly, we use our oils internally, and this is a way to really maximize the benefits that the oils have to offer. Some specific oils, not all of our oils are really developed for using on an internal basis, but some of them are and actually work more effectively when you use them internally. Some of the key ways that we or reasons we use oils internally would be to affect our immune system and really boost our immune system, for gut health, any kind of digestive need, and then also for moods. So actually has studies show that using some oils like lavender internally is even more effective than just using it topically for things that are pretty severe like depression, anxiety, stress, those kinds of things. So using the oils internally can be a really powerful way to deal with things at the root level. Okay, so now I'm going to touch on the oils that I highly recommend for people when they're talking about doing work. And these are some of the basics, actually. So I really feel like most people should have kind of a basic tool set of oils. And when you do that, it kind of opens the doors for you to be able to deal with anything that might pop up. So I'm going to share a few of my top favorites, probably about 8 or 9 different oils that I think are just key elements to any space, but a workspace especially. Okay, so I'm going to start with sort of the simplest one, and that is going to be lemon. So lemon essential oil is one of the least expensive oils because lemons make a lot of essential oil. So it doesn't cost a lot generally for a lemon essential oil. So what I do with lemon, first of all, smell it. And it's very uplifting and invigorating. It's really great for the mood. So if you're feeling, stress or anxiety or, pressure of any kind, this can just be a bright, uplifting aroma that you can use. You can diffuse it. You can make one of those spray bottles that I talked about aromatically. It's another one that I love to use internally. So I try to drink as much water as I can, and everyone should do this. And when you're working, it's real easy to keep, water at your desk and just have it convenient so that you can make sure that you're consuming enough water. I know that I tend to drink a lot of caffeine when I'm working, coffee, right? And that's okay by me anyways. But I try to counteract that with a lot of water to hydrate, and adding lemon to my water actually improves, my insides as well. It's a lot like using lemon juice, but without the acids that can actually deteriorate your teeth and things like that. So we really use a lot of lemon oil, just putting a drop or two in 8 to 16 ounces of water, always in a glass container, not plastic, because as I said, it's antitoxic, so it actually will break down plastics. This is a good thing for our bodies, though, because our bodies aren't made of plastic, and we don't want plastics to be lingering in our body. So this is a way that we can kind of help flush those things out on a regular basis, because we're exposed to them, and so they build up in our system, and they can cause some major issues and lead to real bad diseases over time, those toxins and chemicals that we're exposed to in other places. So adding a drop of lemon to your water is a really simple thing to do as a part of your daily routine. All right, so moving on from there, I'm going to start with peppermint, because peppermint is a really potent and powerful oil, and studies show that when you use peppermint oil while you're doing a thing and also while you're researching a thing, it helps trigger memories, which is really important because it makes us more productive when we can make those brain connections while we're working. So for example, with students, while they're studying and learning material, if they use this oil also while they're taking tests on that same material, they'll recall more information on that specific topic. So it's a really powerful way to improve your productivity and your ability to retain information and use it. So peppermint, it's very uplifting and invigorating. It's like super opening your lungs, really great for your airways. And this is something you could diffuse when maybe somebody in the office has a cold or is sleepy, and it really is invigorating. It's something I use a lot when I'm driving because it just wakes you back up again. And another reason that I use peppermint a lot and make sure I have it handy by my desk is that it's great for headaches and any kind of tension. So I will put it on my temples if I'm feeling a headache coming on, and sometimes on the back of my neck, and it has a real cooling sensation that perks me back up and helps get rid of those headaches. And taking a deep breath of it is actually really good for allergies and any kind of respiration stuff. So having it on hand for that kind of thing is also a key tip. And then also it's amazing for the stomach. So any digestive needs that you might have. A simple way that you could use this too would be to put in a warm cup of tea or a cup of water instead of tea. You can have use the essential oil, and it's even more potent than a cup of peppermint tea would be, and really good for your digestive tract. It doesn't have to be that complicated, though. You can even just touch the top of the bottle and put it on your navel, and it works pretty instantaneously to help relieve any kind of gut issue that you might be having, whether that's indigestion, bloating, gassiness, all of those things. So we love our peppermint. Really, really helpful tool. Okay, now the opposite end of that. So sometimes maybe we're too busy and stressed and overwhelmed maybe, so it may seem too easy. But lavender, and again, now we're not talking about lavender that you would buy in a candle or lavender fragrance. We're talking about lavender straight from the plant. Lavender straight from the plant not only smells good, it does good, and it literally is medicine. And so we can use it as medicine, and it can deal with all kinds of things. It's actually a natural antihistamine, and so we can use it as a way to deal with allergies for sure. It's amazing for allergies, but also bug bites, scrapes, boo-boos, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's really handy to have for anything that pops up. It also is really good for calming moods, which is mostly why people buy the candles and things that are scented with lavender, right? It's a calming scent. We just kind of know it as a soothing scent for sleep, and it really is powerful for sleep. Now, I know working for myself and from home, all of those things, it's hard to separate and delineate when I'm working and when I'm not working, right? So this is a tool that I use actually to shut off my brain sometimes when I'm having a hard time letting go of the things that maybe keep me awake at night. So you can take lavender and put it on your big toe. It's a trigger point for your brain, and it just really helps ground you and kind of flush out those thoughts that maybe keep you from sleeping really effectively or well. So lavender, I love this tool. It's actually not one of my favorite scents, but I use it so much now for so many different things that it's a major staple I can't imagine not having. If you have kids, it's a really powerful tool to use on them during their nightly routine. But for us as well, a lot of times we think about our kids first and we forget to really be concerned about our own well-being. And so I would highly encourage you to add lavender to your routine, especially when you're done for the night. You're coming home, you want to be calm and in a state of rest, okay? And helps you define that new space that you're in, right? Okay, going back to digestive needs, because this tool is so powerful and amazing, and I know that digestive stuff can be a major issue for a lot of folks, especially when stress and work-related things come into play. Because the first place that we tend to feel stress, well, for me, it's two places: my neck, and then a headache, or my stomach, and I get digestive issues. And the stress and the nerves and all of those things go hand in hand. And so Digest Zen is a blend of different oils that all are really powerful for dealing with moods that tend to lead towards stomach issues or just stomach issues in general. So this is something that I will put just right again on my navel. It works really, really quickly. It's kind of incredible how fast it works. Or you can touch the top of the bottle and touch your tongue underneath your tongue. It's a really quick way to get it into your bloodstream and working through every cell of your body, helping calm that stomach discomfort. And acid reflux is another good example. A lot of times stress leads to acid reflux, or maybe you have a big office luncheon or something, and it's a really great way to deal with that. Traveling also, I always have Digest-N with me because traveler sickness is a real thing, right? And so having Digest-N keeps me from getting those bouts of stomach issues. Okay, so Onguard is the next tool that I'm going to talk to you about. Now, the oils work on a very fundamental cellular level. So when we're talking about using the oils, what they do is not quite what medicine does in terms of the drugs that we're used to nowadays. So the synthetic drugs that we usually take are effective in that they will suppress different activities or do certain activities for our bodies. Now, what the oils do is they actually trigger our bodies to perform the functions they're supposed to trigger on their own. And the reason I love Onguard is because it does that so effectively, particularly with the immune system. And so this is a tool that I highly recommend in any space, home, office, whatever, especially in the oncoming cold and flu season, when we are surrounded by people who are coughing and sneezing and maybe worse, right? And so we have Onguard as a way to really boost our immune system and make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Now, the simplest way to use Onguard is just to smell it. And it smells amazing. It's clove and cinnamon and wild orange and rosemary and eucalyptus. And it's just very fall smelling. So when you start seeing pumpkin pie spice popping up everywhere, you really need to pull out your Onguard and start making sure that you've got that handy. This is one you can use aromatically, and a diffuser is amazing. It makes the room smell just like fall. It's wonderful. And it actually not just smells good, but the molecules are so tiny, they get into air molecules, break down chemicals, toxins, and also germs. And so it's a really powerful way to purify your air and also make it smell good. And it's a great alternative to cleaners like bleach that actually deteriorate the air quality and introduce all kinds of chemicals and things like that are not great for us. You can use the Onguard as a cleaner instead, and it can be really, really simple. Just getting a spray bottle that you fill with water and add 4 to 5 drops of the Onguard, and that will clean your surfaces as effectively even as bleach. So that can be hard to believe, but the studies are very clear that, bleach is a bleacher, and the oils have been used for thousands of years to clean surfaces, and very, very effectively. You can also make a hand sanitizer. We make a hand sanitizer actually that we sell as well, but I have for many years made my own. It's very easy, simple. You can refill it. A little bottle I keep in my purse all the time to make sure that if you're exposed, you can spray your hands real quick and just clean those germs off. So Onguard is amazing. We love it. You can also take it internally. A lot of people will take a swig with it in water, and it doesn't taste too bad. It's a little spicy. It's also a really great tool for simple things like mouth sores, cold sores, because it's got some analgesic properties. Dentists actually still recommend clove for its analgesic properties, and clove is in the Onguard, and it's just really good for oral health, sore throats. You can gargle with it. We actually have a toothpaste with it. It's great for oral health. So we love our Onguard. It's a really key part of the tools that we use on a daily basis. Okay, now I'm going to shift over to tea tree oil, which is, a lot of people are familiar with tea tree oil. It's kind of got a ton of different uses. It's an antifungal, it's an antiviral. So it's just something that you can add to your routine. It's great for the airways. It's great for folks who deal with maybe some pet allergies, in particular, athlete's foot, any kind of smelly thing. You can use Melaleuca to kind of disseminate that smelly stuff. Okay, so we'll put a few drops in our trash can sometimes if it's getting stinky. It's great for skin, so we use it as a skin cleanser as well. And it's kind of an overall just like great for everything. It's also good for wounds, so we'll mix lavender and Melaleuca to put on cuts and scrapes and burns and things like that. But again, it's one of those tools. It's very versatile. The only thing is, it's a very specific smell. It smells very astringent, maybe is the right word, because it is. It's a massive, powerful cleaner. So when you're thinking about things for your body, like sore throats, strep throat, things like that, this is really powerful tool. Any kind of yeast or candida, things that include some kind of a fungal issue, this is a really powerful way to balance that out. You can use it all three ways: aromatically, great for a respiratory system, topically, and internally. We love it. It's an amazing tool. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to talk about frankincense now. So frankincense is an oil that, if you're familiar with it, you're excited about frankincense. If you're not familiar with it, you're like, I think I've heard of that before. And you have heard about it if you've ever read the Bible. Jesus got frankincense when he was first born, right, from the three wise men. It has been used for thousands and thousands of years for its medicinal qualities, highly valued, more precious than gold, more precious than silver, because it's a powerful medicine. And I'm going to talk a little bit about quality for a second, because you can get a lot of products, oils on the market now. They've become very popular, and you can find them in, I've seen them in Lowe's hardware even, or TJ Maxx or whatever. And while those products may smell good, they really aren't meant or intended to be used as medicine. And it's important that you understand there's a difference there. While you can buy a candle and it might smell amazing, it's not going to offer you the same benefits as using lavender essential oil. And so I just like to compare it to buying a tomato that was in February in North Carolina is not going to be the same as buying or picking a tomato off the vine and eating it, because what it offers, what those two different things offer, it's not just flavor, texture, taste, but also the nutritional value is very, very different. And so it's really important to keep in mind that what you buy at any given store is not going to have the same quality assessment as the product that I'm showing you today. And if you want to reap the benefits that I'm talking about today, the health benefits, and really have tools that can replace other medicines in your toolkit or in your cabinet, then you're going to want to make sure that you find a good quality product. And I didn't see the results from essential oils, and I was buying, Whole Foods, organic, nice essential oils before. I didn't even see results from those like I did from these, and that's just because we have a different standard, right? And so we just need to be careful about what we're purchasing. But frankincense is a really good example of that. And the main reason that we need to be careful about frankincense, not only because of the benefits that we want to reap from the frankincense, but also because it's not sustainably harvested in a lot of places. And that means that these trees that take thousands of years to grow are being destroyed because there's this sudden, really big demand globally. So it's important to just recognize that quality matters, okay? Quality really matters, specifically when we start talking about using these oils as medicine. Okay, so frankincense is a powerful tool, and its main constituents offer us all kinds of support for inflammation, specifically any kind of pain, joint pain, that kind of thing. People will just take a drop under their tongue daily to help eliminate those kinds of pains and struggles. Also, for any kind of neurological, any kind of brain type of thing, frankincense is the first tool that I recommend. So stress, anxiety, those things that have to do with, overactive brain, maybe, frankincense is key. It helps focus, it helps ground, it helps just draw you back into a place where you feel kind of back in control, or even letting control and kind of connecting to a higher power. So I love frankincense, and I'll show you how I use it. This is going to be a fun one. So often I'll just take it and I'll put it over my head right here. And I can smell it, and it helps me just get in a zone of kind of consciousness and awareness. And also, it's really good for my immune system. So that's an added bonus. It's great for memory. It's great for more specific issues like dementia or forgetfulness, those kinds of things. So I love frankincense. And again, you can use it all three ways, aromatically, topically, or internally. And it's a powerful tool for emotions and also for your health in general. So I highly recommend frankincense. And then there was one more tool that I wanted to show you, maybe two, that are really powerful tools in any space. First of all is breathe. So if you ever find that you're struggling with respiratory stuff, this is one you can put in your diffuser, and immediately it just changes the mood of your space. I'm feeling more spa-like, opens those airways, and it's an amazing tool. So I love that guy. If you're ever like sneezing a ton or you just can't breathe very well, it's a really great option. And then the last guy that I wanted to tell you about is Deep Blue. So Deep Blue was developed specifically for pain. So any kind of soreness, muscle aches, joint pain, all of those different things. And it's a beautiful blend. I love it. It's got all kinds of things. It's meant for topical use. So I wouldn't put this in a diffuser, and you wouldn't take it internally. But you can massage it onto areas that are in pain. And so I recommend taking a drop of it with a carrier oil. Now, carrier oil doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be olive oil. If you've got olive oil, coconut oil is a great option. And when you add our essential oil to one of those oils, the saturated oils, it will help it spread more over an area. It will help it sink in more deeply. Essential oils are very volatile. They will evaporate very quickly, and you might not reap the benefits before they kind of go off into the air. Now, that's still good for the air, but if we want it to penetrate in, especially into aches and pains, then using a carrier oil helps with that penetration and absorption. So Deep Blue is a good example of one that I would dilute before I apply topically. But it's a very powerful tool, and I use it very frequently for those stress headaches that tend to set in my neck. And that's something that I'll start to feel, especially when I spend a lot of time with a computer, in a chair, and I don't find myself moving as much. Now, when you are moving a lot, maybe you're working out, you're doing good things for your health, and that's great, and you're using muscles that you haven't used in a while, this oil can come in and save you from all the pain that you might suffer after doing that. So I highly recommend having that oil for sure. I can't imagine not having Deep Blue. And the reason that I love it so much is that it offers a lot of the same relief you'll find in other over-the-counter products, but because it's all 100% plant-based, it actually will help heal the muscle. It will help heal the joint. Whatever is damaged or hurting, it will actually penetrate and help heal. And it's not just the cooling effect that it offers. It's an actual aid to the area as well. It's actually going to go in and help your body improve. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you're feeling like, okay, yeah, this is exciting. The oils have a ton of potential. And really my job is just to share with you what you might be able to do with them. And I would love to help you further. There's tons more oils. And if you're thinking, oh, I wonder if there's an oil for that, the answer is yes, there's an oil for everything. I love sharing and helping. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I really look forward to hearing what you think of all of this information. Some of you maybe are already using oils, and I hope you're feeling encouraged to do so more. I am really passionate about making sure everyone just feels ready to go, excited about the potential. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.